So the first sale of the week is a pair of kids sneakers, and these specific sneakers I bought kind of on a hunch. So I was at the $2 sale day at Goodwill a few weeks ago, and these were the only kids shoes that really stuck out to me, and they were just very unique. So they're these pair of Adidas Bambi collab. I didn't see too many of them listed online, and the ones that were listed had sold. They didn't sell for much, but sometimes like a good brand like Adidas collaborating with Disney, they stuck out to me. They're kid size too, so my plan was if no one bought them in the next few years, eventually Phoebe could have them. I don't even know if she's ever seen Bambi, but they're really cute. They're pink and purple. The soles are mismatched. I mean, they have wear on them, so I didn't expect to get too much for them. I did try my hardest to clean them up the best I could. For Labor Day, I put my entire eBay store 30% off. So these sold in that sale for $12.60, so I wound up making a profit of $7.81 on these, and I think they're just so cute. Adult me would wear them. This Poshmark sale was made by my Vendoo. This is a, I guess you could call it like a plummy purple. It's got 3/4 length sleeves, kind of a side bend there. It's more like a tunic. This is part of the Pure Jill line, and this is their Affinity French Terry, and it is a large petite. I had sourced this in a 99-cent sale. It had been listed 139 days. It was recently relisted, and somebody liked it on Poshmark today, so my Vendoo sent them a 10% off offer for $22, which was accepted. So I wound up making $16.61. I have 3 orders I'm gonna pack right now. First one is a Depop order. So this was actually the first top that I had grabbed when I went to the 50% off summer items clearance at one of my local thrift shops. I immediately recognized this because Scott has a very, very similar one. This is from the brand Pearl Izumi, and this is a biking jersey in excellent condition. I had it listed for $23. I had $2.50 into it from the sale, and on Depop I received an offer for $18.80. It was only listed 6 days, and I made $14.95. This next item is one that I did pay up for, but I was hoping that it would sell. So it's this kind of like wide-necked cropped tie-dye sweatshirt. This is from Pilcrow. It is a size small. I was able to find a stock image, which definitely I feel like helped sell this item. It was listed for 22 days. I did pay $8.99 for it at my local Goodwill, and it was purchased in my Labor Day weekend 30% off sale on eBay for $20.30, so I made $7.49. This last item I bought in a dress sale where all the dresses at a thrift shop were 50% off that day. So it is a black and white. I believe it is, I think it's a linen blend. 55% linen, 45% rayon. Sleeveless, fully button-up dress. This is an extra large from Old Navy, and it also has this really nice like tie-up detail in the back, so you can really make sure that it's like fitted to your exact size. Such a pretty dress. It does also have pockets, I want to say, does it? So this was the first dress I had grabbed that day. So the half price sale price was $4.50. I had it listed for 27 days. I only listed it for $27. This morning on Poshmark, someone sent me a $20 offer, which I accepted, so I made $13.50. Okay, I have 2 sales to talk about. First one here came through on Poshmark. This was from a Goodwill that Scott and I had gone to on our way to a wedding in New Jersey, and everything was super priced, way too high. But this pajama set was like the only thing I got to resell. And this is from the Soma Cool Nights. Let's see if we can get that. Soma Cool Nights. And it's an XL, and it's a black short sleeve top with some black kind of wide leg, almost crop length pants. These retail for a lot of money, and I saw a lot of solds of this line. So they were listed for 17 days. I had them listed for $45. Today on Poshmark, someone offered me $35, which I accepted, so I made $21.01 on these. This next one is like a...
Mommy?
Wow, you wrote birthday!
Well, how do you write happy birthday?
So this is happy. The first word is H-A-P-P-Y. That's happy. So this was a pair of jeans that I had gotten for myself on ThreadUp, and they didn't fit, and I didn't understand why. Because, okay, so they're a 31. But they didn't fit and they were way too tight, and I was annoyed, and I've kind of realized that these are men's. So I'm pretty sure when it comes to like where the pants fall in a man versus a woman, I think that was part of the issue. Then the second issue is I was gonna list them, and then I realized they have all this puckering. So there's puckering on the back. Can you see? right here where like the fabric is stretched out, and then there's a little on the front. So I'm like, these are in not great condition. Other than that, I mean, like there is no like flaw, but like a men's 31 like skinny jean. I was like, what am I gonna do with this? So I listed them really low. I don't even remember what I paid for them on ThredUp. It would have been really low just because like I don't like paying up on ThredUp. Regardless, they've been listed 27 days. I got an $8 offer today on eBay and I was like, please take them just so I can get some of my money back. $5.44 is probably less than what I bought for them on ThredUp, but at least I'm getting some money back and somebody might be able to wear these jeans. Today is Labor Day. I had 2 eBay sales. This was a fast one. So this is a very interesting looking skirt here. This was given to me by my sister-in-law to resell online. And this is a Lululemon cargo short, cargo pocket, little skirt here. It is a size 12. It still has the rip tag in it, so it's in extremely good condition. It was only listed 2 days for $39.99, and today someone sent me an offer for $30. I have nothing into it, so I made a profit of $24.75. So this was an awesome sale. This next item sold in my eBay, I think 30% off weekend sale. So this is a bra. This is from the brand Cacique. This is the back smoothing balconette in a size 40D. And it has like lace overlay. It's really pretty. I had sourced this at a local thrift shop for $3.05. It was listed 90 days and it sold in my sale today for $16.80 and I made $10.43. This is just the lighting for right now. I woke up this morning with an offer on Poshmark for this belt. Oh my gosh, are you gonna even be able to see the details? So this is a belt from Orvis. This was one that my dad had found at a thrift shop for $5. Typically I try not to pay that much for a belt, but however, since it did have the brand name and it did have these more interesting details, I thought that would elevate it to sell a little bit faster than just like a plain belt. It was listed 46 days and the offer I received on Poshmark today was for $15, so I did make $7. And belts are so easy to photograph and list that I'm always okay taking a smaller profit on something like this. Okay, I had 2 sales come through. First is a pair of vintage shoes that just sold on Etsy. I'm only gonna take one out, but these are a pair of 1990s called Charles Jourdain. They are made in Spain. They are a patent leather heel in very good condition. They are a women's size 8. My dad had found these at a estate sale and he had gotten them for $5. I really couldn't find this specific shoe anywhere on the internet, anywhere. So I really was like working off what I had, that they're very specific, very cool vintage style, very good condition. So I did list them for $55. They were only listed 20 days. And on my Etsy shop, I do have like coupons where if someone likes something, it'll send them a coupon in their email, which this was the first time anyone had ever used one of those coupons. So the buyer used a 10% off coupon and paid $49.50 for these high heels. So I make $38.18, which is a fantastic sale. Next, I have a bundle sale on Poshmark. I didn't make the most money on this one, but any kind of movement makes me happy right now. So let me show you the 2 items that sold in this bundle. The first item here is from an estate sale, another estate sale that my dad had sourced at. I just sold another one of these sweaters, was it last week? Made in Italy, Gianfrido XXL. And it is a, let me see what it says, merino wool acrylic blend. Just crew neck sweater here. So this one had been listed for 66 days. This one is a little bit newer. I just recently picked this up at a Goodwill. I actually have the same shacket here in purple in my closet too. And this is LL Bean extra large and it is a plaid Sherpa lined, really substantial piece. I had sourced this for $6.99 at Goodwill and it's only been listed 79 days. When the buyer bundled these 2 together on my Poshmark, the total was $49 and I had kind of forgot that I had set like a discount, a bundle discount on my Poshmark like from the holidays. So they got the 30% off discount, which brought the total for these 2 items to $34.30. And after fees, I wound up making $19.12. So I actually made a sale last night that I already had packaged and took and I took to the post office this morning. So I want to talk about that one really quick before I go over the ones I have to package here. So this was a pair of black linen blend wide leg cropped pants that were new with tag from Old Navy. I had sourced these at a yard sale where we went with Phoebe, and it was really chaotic, and I was just like grabbing some stuff, and Scott had an armload of stuff, and they charged him $20 for everything. I took the $20 and I divided it between the things I had to resell, so that came out to $3.33 an item. I actually had these pants listed for $17, and it came through as a full price sale on Poshmark. So I wound up making $10.27 on those pants, and they were only listed for 3 days, which was pretty cool. Next here is something that did take a while to sell. I had just recently relisted it, and it is from Babaton. And when I relisted it, I added Aritzia to the beginning of the title. So before I had it within the title, like I started it with Babaton, I changed it to Aritzia Babaton because I feel like Aritzia is the reason Babaton sells. So I had bought this in a flea market, and again, we had a bunch of clothes, and the average cost of goods per item came out to $3.60 an item. Now, when I got home, I did realize this had more pilling than I would have preferred. Is like, and I did go through with my depiller, but there's only so much I could do with this specific fabric. So I wasn't expecting a large dollar amount on it. It has been listed 82 days, and this morning I woke up to a $14 offer on it, which I did accept. So I'm making $7.45 on this little bodysuit here. The next sale I made here is an eBay sale, and this is an athletic shirt I had bought in a 99-cent sale. It is from the brand Hoka, and I really had no familiarity anyway with their clothing. I did like that it was like a nice cropped fitted piece, and when I did go to list it, there was no like fabric tag, so I kind of had to look online, and what I learned online is this is actually a merino wool blend. So it's like a nice outdoor, so you can see right there, an outdoors like more like cool weather running shirt, which elevated it. And I will say, like, it was getting a lot of attention on Poshmark, so I was surprised it did sell on eBay. It did sell on a 10% off offer to a watcher. So it was listed for 78 days. It sold for $16.62, and I made $12.37. Day 3 of the school year, and we're homesick. So I'm trying to get as much done as I can. Just sold this little turtleneck here. So I had gone to a yard sale a few weeks ago, and there was this like fill-a-bag area, and I had picked up this specific sweater. It's so tiny, but it is from J. Crew, and I recognize this as like an older J. Crew tag. It is 55% nylon and 15% cashmere, as you can see right there. And this is from Holiday 2007, so it's a pretty older piece, and when I looked over, it didn't seem that bad. There was a little bit of surface staining, which I was able to clean out. However, I did, after I washed it, found a hole, and I kind of did a job stitching it up, but it is kind of like in an inconspicuous area. It's kind of like under your arm, so I thought maybe it would still sell. So I didn't list it too high. At this yard sale, I only had an average of $1.43 into everything. This was listed 18 days. Today, someone watched it on eBay, so I sent them a 10% off discount, which they accepted. So they spent $15.83 on this, and I make $11.18, which is more than I spent at the entire yard sale. So I already made my money back just selling this one item. One of my all-time favorite vintage finds sold today, and I was so excited to see an offer come in. So I've actually sourced 3 different dresses from this brand, and this is the first one to sell. So the brand is called All That Jazz, and this one says it is a medium. However, I did include measurements. I think this is maybe closer to a small, but this is like, when I saw this blue, sparkly, full-length dress with a huge slit down the back, this gave me like She's All That vibes. I am absolutely obsessed with this dress. Like, I just think it's so beautiful. It did sell on eBay, so I'm really hoping that it fits the buyer. Now, whoever had originally owned this had kind of shortened the straps, which I did disclose, but like the entire strap is still there, so it could be, you know, readjusted for size. It's just so beautiful. Like, that drape, that is beautiful. I'm obsessed with this. And it's super lightweight, and I did use the word slinky. It does have that slinky vibe. I had purchased this in a dress sale where every single dress in the thrift shop was half price, and I paid $4.50 for this. I did wind up listing it for $55. It was listed 35 days, and today someone sent me a $45 offer. I was so excited to accept that. So I wound up making $33.25, and I just like, even this color, like, this is so pretty. Like, I can't get over, like, I'm gonna miss this dress. All the dresses I've found from this brand have just been like spectacular, and I hope to find more. Sick day number 2 over here, so I'm getting done what I can. This is actually a dress that sold a few weeks ago and was returned for fit on eBay, and this time it sold in Poshmark, and I think I actually sold for more this time, so I guess I win in that case. So this is a sleeveless maxi length black dress. This is from the J. Jill Wherever collection. It's a 2X, right? 2X. And this was a dress that I had bought at the half price sale at Goodwill for $5. Once I relisted it, it was only listed 15 days. And my Vendoo actually sent an offer while I was sleeping last night for $25, which was accepted. So I made $15 on this dress. I just made a full price sale on eBay. Always pretty exciting. I mean, technically it's something that I've lowered the price over time, but it's a personal item and it's a pair of shoes. I'll just show you one, but these used to be Scott's Vans. They're just a men's, I guess they're unisex high top van. I do have a pair of my low top Vans listed, and I do have my high tops like in my, the only real death pile I have here is just like shoes that people have given me that they don't want anymore to list, and I just hate cleaning shoes. Today I like bought shoe cleaning supplies because I need to do it. They're just like overtaking my life. I don't know what it is about shoes that I don't enjoy as much as photographing clothing, but I just don't enjoy photographing shoes. So those shoes have been listed 157 days. And I think recently within the last couple of weeks, I had relisted them and I had dropped the price to $34, which someone bought them outright for that price. Overall, they are in, I would say, pretty good shape. Like, he has worn them a lot, but they have a lot of life left in them. So after fees, we make $28.44 on the shoes. I have a Poshmark sale as my last sale of the week, and then we can go over numbers for the week. So this is a top I picked up at a 99-cent sale. What really stuck out to me was how the entire shirt is just like fully embroidered with all these flowers. And I mean, it's really nice. It also has all these mother of pearl buttons, if you can see that. It wasn't a brand I knew. It's Fig and Flower size large. However, recently I've learned that this brand can be sold at Anthropologie. So it was only relisted, maybe like, I relisted it like 2 days ago after it had been listed a while, and I added Anthropologie as like a keyword. It sold 2 days later, so I don't know if that's related. 99 cents. It's been listed 79 days, but was just relisted about 2 days ago. It was listed for $25. Someone liked it on Poshmark, so my Vendoo sent them an offer for $22, which they countered to $17, which I did accept, so I made $12.61. This week we're talking about is August 30th through September 5th, a much better week than we've been having. I made a total of 21 sales. 7 of those were in August. The other 14 were in September. My sales total for the week came out to $550.79, which is much better than the weeks I've been having. And my profit of that is $316.86. Sales this week, I had 10 Poshmark, which is the most Poshmark sales I've had in quite some time. I had 9 eBay, which is the first time Poshmark's outdone eBay. I don't know in how long. No Macari, 1 Depop, no Curtsy, 1 Etsy. My total sales for the month of August wound up being $1,734.12, which is the lowest month I've had in quite some time. My profit was $966.04. For September so far, my sales are $390.26, with $230.05 of that being profit. If you are new here, I just started reselling in February, so I'm very new to this, and I did hit another milestone maybe in the last day or so. So my sales for the year are $12,092.26, and of that I profit $7,418.86. And when I say my profit, that's my sales minus any platform fees, any postage, and my cost of goods. I just hit that 12,000 sales mark. I'm hoping to see September really pick it up again. I've already seen better numbers than I have the last few weeks. I've been sourcing a lot for fall, and I expect the fall items to sell for more than the summer items. So let me know How are your sales looking? Are they starting to tick up now that we're hitting the burr months? And I'll see you in the next video.